Hey everyone, this is TJ again from Own the Moment. Going to be doing something a little different for you guys today, a little bit exciting, as the Own the Moment team was able to make a substantial purchase this morning as we acquired the number 21 serial number of the Cosmic Devin Booker. So let's go ahead. I will share my screen here, and here we go. We've got the Devin Booker block, Cosmic Series 1. Look at this. Boom. Love to see it. We can scroll down on the page and you can see that here we are. Own the Moment. Sales price of $10,527. Again, serial number 21. Pretty excited about this. And it's actually funny. We were in the middle of recording the podcast with Wade's ETH earlier this morning, episode 4 of the OTM podcast. That'll be dropping later this afternoon. Very, very awesome interview with Wade's a true legend of NBA Top Shots. Highly recommend checking it out. But what we want to do is walk through how this came about and some of the decisions that we made along the way and some of the creative ideas that we had as a part of this. So, and this is our second Cosmic that we have purchased as a group. We also have the number 48 serial number for the Jokic Cosmic, which we got a couple days back. So love to see that. And how did this opportunity all come about? Well, so this actually, I'm going to go over to my Twitter page because this is something that came across my radar over the weekend on Twitter. So Kyle Marley, shout out to Kyle Marley, tweeted out that somebody made a mistake and sold their Booker Cosmic for $180, which that's a shame, right? Clearly a complete misprice, a complete misunderstanding of what this moment was. A Cosmic should never be going for $180. The NBA Top Shot team actually mentioned in the blog that they posted yesterday that they are going to be coming out with some sort of feature that if somebody were to go and try and list something like this at a price that is significantly off from the market value, that they'll trigger some kind of warning highlighting that, hey, maybe this is a mistake. Are you sure you want to do this? I think that that's a great thing for the overall ecosystem in the future so that mistakes like this don't have to happen. But yeah, so I saw this on Twitter. A buddy of mine from over at Roto Grinders, Tyler Tamboline, at Toe Tagging Tambo on Twitter. Shout out to Tambo. Him and I do some PGA DFS videos together on Mondays for anyone that's into the DFS side of things. But Tambo knows I'm into the Top Shot streets. Hit me with the eyeballs. And I actually didn't see the tweet for 2 days later, which is funny. So somehow never saw it. That's insane. But basically from this point, it became a decision with our team of, hey, should we consider making this purchase? And what we found was that the purchaser of the $180 moment, Sociable Pond Skater, seems to me like one of the stock names that come by default with NBA Top Shots. But we saw that he relisted number 21 right away. I think his first price was around $21,000. And to us, it just felt like, okay, maybe there's a mutually beneficial opportunity here, right? This guy just got the Booker moment at an absolute steal, $180. Maybe he's not necessarily looking to hold this thing for several years and is just looking to make a quick flip for some profit, which, I mean, fantastic move by him, right? So he listed it up there at 21. We saw it drop down a bit to around 19.6, something like that. We're monitoring the prices closely. And we had this idea of, hey, is there any way that we can try to get the attention of Sociable Pond Skater and try to orchestrate an offline deal? And we actually came up with something that I think is pretty creative. So I went ahead and what I did was I changed my username for a brief moment to tweet me to sell Booker TJL5124 DFS. So we can see that. I'm just going to pop that up right here. I literally changed my username to this. I think it was the maximum characters that you could use. So I changed my username to this, and then I went through and I just took one of my cheap moments that I had and I gifted it to Sociable Pond Skater with the idea that, hey, he's going to get a notification that he's got a gift and he's going to see my Twitter name and maybe reach out to me and see if he's interested in making an offline deal. So he did. He slid into the DMs. We chatted back and forth a little bit, trying to evaluate if there was a common ground that we could come to. Really, really good guy. Shout out to Sociable Pond Skater if you are out there listening. So we had that conversation. We didn't quite come to an agreement on the price, but we said that we would keep in touch, and we continued to monitor to see what price he was going to list for. And in the background, we're trying to make the decision of, okay, well, what's the proper price that we'd be willing to pay for this Devin Booker Cosmic? And so how do we go about making that decision? So one of the things that we did is just we took a look at the Cosmics as a whole, the Cosmic set, and we determined that we felt that Booker was right around the 13th best Cosmic, just in terms of the raw value of a player with upside for more, right? You've got a guy that's 24 years old, still very young in the league. He's a scorer, which we think is kind of sexier, right, when it comes to someone that has the upside of dropping 50-point nights. And we just felt that he's a player that we're pretty bullish on long term. But we, of course, wanted to make sure that the value was right and that the price we were paying was a fair price, both for us and for the seller as well. So we took a look at some other Devin Booker moments and what those were going for. But what we also did was we went over to CryptoSlam and just scoped out the most recent Cosmic transactions. So here I am on CryptoSlam. You can see that I'm looking at sales where the set is a Cosmic. You can see that we are at the top here. Again, Justin is running that Own the Moment account. So in the spirit of transparency, that's us, obviously. And we looked at the recent transactions, and it's a little bit tough to tell with the Cosmics because it's not the most liquid or fluid market, and there aren't a ton of transactions. But you can see, okay, Victor Oladipo for 9.5. We thought that was somewhat of a fair comparison. We valued Booker slightly higher than Oladipo, but we thought that was around the right price-ish point, maybe a little bit higher. Some other comparable stuff, right? There was a Pascal Siakam that went for $15K about a week ago. There's another Jokic purchase. So again, there wasn't a ton to compare here to. So it definitely becomes a lot more of an art than a science because we don't know the liquidity of these Cosmics. But what we do know is that we feel the Cosmic will always have a certain value and prestige to it because there's only going to be one Cosmic set. And for that reason, we kind of came to a number that if we were able to get to around 10K, that we would be interested in making this purchase. So we continued to track it. I continued to discuss in the DMs about the potential of an offline deal. We never ended up coming to an offline agreement, but what we did come to was that eventually the price did get down to the number that we felt was fair, that we felt made it a value and something that we are willing to take action on and bite the bullet on. And so here we are. We are now the proud owners of the number 21 serial, Devin Booker moment. And you can see here that we've got under the Own the Moment account, a new showcase where we're showing off both of our Cosmics. Pretty cool. We've got the Devin Booker block. We've got the Jokic handles. And we're excited about that. And these are long-term investments for us. So I think that's something that is important to think about. Certainly, here's the Jokic. Oof, love those handles. Man, oh man. Love to see it. But yeah, that's kind of the thought process there. So we took a combination approach of, yes, doing the math, running the numbers, understanding what we think this value is, but then there's also a bit of an art to it, right? We just have a feeling or a hypothesis that this market is going to continue to grow. And these are long-term buy and holds for us, like multiple year types of investments. We're not planning to try and flip this in any way. The Cosmics don't even see super flippable just in terms of the liquidity, but there it is. $10,527. Devin Booker, serial number 21. We are now the owners of those moments here at Own the Moment. So hopefully this helps give you guys a little bit of a peek behind the curtain into how we're thinking about our own portfolios and going about making some of these larger decisions that we have. And just wanted to share that with you guys today. So shout out to Justin, shout out to the rest of the OTM team that is grinding behind the scenes, and shout out to Sociable Pond Skater. The guy was able to turn $180 into $10,000 in a couple days. Super awesome guy. Said that he's going to use the cash to help pay for grad school, and he's also going to be giving some back to charity, which is just unbelievable, and I love hearing that. So thank you guys, and hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll talk again soon.